Hi, hello, my name is Uno de Waal. I'm the founder and publisher of Between 10 and 5, one of the largest showcases for creativity in South Africa and beyond. So creativity is incredibly important in the modern age, I believe. It's especially important now where we see so much automation happening, where skilled labor is kind of being outsourced so much, and we see a massive pressure on kind of thinking and problem solving. And I think really it is in creativity that we can do great problem solving, we can find solutions to interesting problems, and especially where we bring one discipline and another discipline together and learn from the two and see what's possible and where we can kind of find interesting, innovative, creative solutions. I think creativity has helped me quite a bit personally in my career, just by kind of being in different places, seeing how things are done in one area and applying that to a different sector. We might find interesting solutions or interesting things happening in art, and we can then apply that in filmmaking or design practice or even eventing. It's incredibly interesting to see how that kind of works and how we can take ideas from one area to another one, and kind of add a little bit more flavor and a little bit more creativity to it and see what comes from that. Yeah, so I think it's interesting to understand, like, what you study and what you apply and what you learn and what you do. There's definitely some things, I think, thinking that one learns when you are studying, and things that you learn, processes perhaps that you learn while you're studying. But really, like, the modern age, you learn on the job. You learn new things the whole time. You have to kind of have a way of thinking and apply that to your career or to your daily work life. And so it's interesting. There are some things that I'm applying, to my career now that I have studied, but it's such a vastly different world at the moment. It's hard to say, yes, that thing, we're applying that now. No, I think educational institutions are doing really interesting things now with continuous learning. Institutions like doing these lectures and bringing external influence and external things into the organization is one of the most interesting things, I think, and how to apply kind of continuous learning. So in our hiring process, one of the first things I look for is extramural activities of a student, the things that the person has done outside of their main thing. Did they have a side hobby, a side project? Did they launch a business perhaps? Even if it failed, it doesn't matter. Having an external influence over and above their studying path or career path is such a valuable insight for me. It shows that the person wanted to do something else and probably applied their learnings in that environment. It's definitely one of the first things that I look for when I have young people come to me with CVs and job applications. With 10 and 5, we get a lot of things that come to us. A lot of people send their work into us. We get to meet a lot of people that are doing great creative work. And we often get asked, how do you sift through everything? How do you know what's good, what's creative? There is, I suppose, this special 10 and 5 filter that we apply to everything that we look for. We've got this 5-step criteria that we go through, but you kind of know when you see something. You just immediately know in the way that it's polished, if it's referencing something else, have they worked with someone else somewhere that you can see that they're kind of in the right circles and in the right place. But then again, you see people coming from these tiny towns doing this amazing creative work that you know that they have no external influence on them at all. So it's really, I think, an aesthetic thing for us first, but then just like there's a slight difference in way of thinking that comes through somehow. It's hard to package that and hard to explain that, but I think 10 years in the industry looking for things kind of get a sense of what's good and what's not. No, not Donald Trump. No, he's not part of that. There are definitely a number of people right now in South Africa doing amazing work for the South African creative industry. Michelle Constant with Barca, Ravi Naidu, the Guild Group, Trevor and Julian, doing amazing work. And then there's a lot of other younger organizations and people just kind of helping uplift the creative industry and giving us a step up that are doing great stuff. I don't want to kind of single out anyone specifically because that'll be an injustice to everyone else, but I think we're kind of going through this rising tide that's lifting everyone at the moment, giving everyone the opportunity to do great work, and I hope that we can build more connections between each other and do more things together. So I'm a big fan of podcasts. I do listen to them quite a bit. A lot more recently since I started driving a car and spending less time on my motorbike, unfortunately. But the benefit is that I get to listen to more podcasts. I do listen to a lot of business podcasts. I listen to DigiDay quite a bit. DigiDay on specifically, it's a podcast on media and marketing and in the publishing industry generally. Recode Media, pretty good, and yeah, those are the two big ones on my list at the moment. They interview amazing publishers, amazing advertising execs. The TV industry, they're quite big on. Yeah, so definitely two good podcasts to listen to. I hope you enjoyed some of my insights and ideas around the creative industry. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in for the next guest soon.